This is Bigkickz here. Since I was young, I've always been fascinated with trainers from different brands and different colorways. I don't have a massive collection, but I have a varied one. And I know there's others like me who want to show what they've got, trainers that is. I believe there is a community of people that may not have a collection like a DJ Khaled or a Fat Joe who want to show their kickz history. Everybody is welcomed. Don't be discouraged. It's all about the kickz. So people, I'm here with Matthew.
Yo people.
Yeah, I'm here with Matthew. I'm just gonna, ask him a few questions about these trainers, about his kickz. So Matthew, what's your most expensive trainer? What's your most expensive one?
Out of the ones I've got, it'll probably be the fours, thanks to the resellers. I think they were $250 at the time. I think Jordan 4s used to be like $135. When I started buying 4s, they used to be like £130. So it's almost double the price, $250. So those would be them of my current
collection.
Yeah, my current collection.
Okay.
Living,
So which trainers have you had the longest? Which ones have you had the longest out of these?
Question. Wouldn't be those. It might be my Superstars classics. Wouldn't be. So out of this row would be my Superstars. We do that one.
Yeah.
Then I'm not sure on this row. I think it would be my Superstars to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Superstars.
Okay. What's your cheap?
I think I've had these. So 2024. I think I've had these since 2018.
Okay, it's a hot minute. That's a good while. It's a good while.
2018, yeah, or 2019. One of the two. Yeah, 5 years.
Okay. What's your cheapest? What's your cheapest trainers you have? What's the cheapest ones?
It would be. I think my dunks. I think I got my dunks for like £85. I think my dunks.
Yeah?
I think I got them on sale to be fair. Good deal. You know when Nike come through with a sale? Yeah, I got these dunks. I think they were like £85 or £80.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's your most recently bought ones? What's the ones that you bought most recently?
Most recent. I think my Saucony's these. I bought these maybe 2 months ago, December, October, I would say.
Okay.
We're on this Asics wave, this runner trainer wave, you know what I mean? And I saw these, they weren't actually the colorway that I wanted. The colorway I wanted was like a white and grey. So this is quite different from the colorway that I wanted, but I'm happy with the purchase.
Yeah.
And they're just like, for what I would call a utility trainer, just like everyday runner, and they're comfortable as well.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Which ones are your favorites?
Favorite trainers? Oh, that's a tough question to be fair. It's gonna be between the Breads, the Jordan 4s, Breads, and these RMs. They're not even 4s, they're just Jordan RMs, I think. But they look quite similar to the 4s.
Yeah.
But I wanted the Breads for a very long time. I'll say over 10 years, like since I was a child. Finally got them. As you can see, I haven't worn them yet. But I wore these RMs the other day, and they just looked sick. They just looked sick. So I was like, and I would use these as a utility trainer as well. A bit more like dressy uppy. Those look black, but like these just look well with what I was wearing them with. And where it's not a common trainer as well, I don't like to do the hype of what everyone else is wearing. So it's like, I like to see someone wearing a trainer and then I'm looking at them like, oh, those are sick. And it's just not a big trainer.
Yeah.
I mean? And that's how I feel about these. So I'll say between the two of them.
So this is I suppose, the added question. So you see, like, you would use them as a utility. Ain't you like thinking, like, don't you think to yourself, oh, but you're suede, and it's like, or you just put on a bit of protection and you're good.
So we was talking about this. If you don't wear your trainers, you know what I mean? They'll done out. Do you know what I mean? So I have to wear them. Even when I wore them, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's when I was getting out of the car, I scuffed them under the car door. Whatever. Like, yeah, I mean, the trainers at the end of the day,
ultimately.
it's materialistic. So just wear them in it and enjoy them. So I'm not gonna go and wrap them. Like I'm not gonna wear them.
Wrap them in cling film and all that. Like.
No, not even like that, but I'm not going to wear them to a mad place like a dance or whatever.
Or like a carnival or nothing where they're going to get destroyed.
So, you know what I mean? You could always get them clean, soul surgery, you know.
Yeah.
Get them clean.
That's it. Soul surgery.
Yeah, man.
So, which ones are your least favourites and why?
Ooh. So I don't have any least favourites, but because I've kind of tried to transition my trainers into like, each of them have a purpose and whatnot, but I think the least favourites will be my 327s, but only because they're not in the condition that I'd want them to be in. They've got like a scuff, because what did I do? I moved the table when I was outside, and then the bottom of the foot of the table scuffed the suede, and as we know, it's suede.
Yeah,
delicate, you know what I mean? So. It's only my least favourite because I can't wear them
how you want to wear them.
Do you know what I mean? So that's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which ones are your most comfortable?
Most comfortable.
Yeah, most comfy.
Will be between the 906s.
Which ones are they?
The New Balances.
Okay.
So these are quite comfortable. But the Sauconys, my most recent purchase, very very comfortable. Breathable shoe as well. Foot don't sweat.
I noticed you ain't got no Puma.
I had some Puma Thunder Spectras. If you don't know what they are, Google them. Yeah, but I had the Puma Thunder Spectras. My brother bought them for me, and I wore them to my friend's birthday.
And they got
pay-per-view. And got lit that night, and then suede again. Wrapped them, do you know what I mean? But Puma Thunder Spectra is a specific colourway. It's black main colour. It's got some red and yellow and a bit of white. Any of the other colourways, I'm not interested. But that colourway, I tried to buy them again.
Can't get it.
Hard to find. But those are my favourite Puma trainers, and if I could get them, I would. So yeah, Puma Thunder Spectras.
What's your least comfortable?
Least comfortable?
Yeah.
So I've tried to phase out. I've had a lot of uncomfortable trainers, and they would be from the Jordan family. Out of these trainers, it would probably narrow down to Jordan again, because the rest of them are actually quite comfortable. I think, tough question. Because now my trainer's actually quite comfortable. Alright, let me try and narrow it down. So 11s, 4s, just out of experience of wearing 4s, I haven't worn these ones. And then, so I'll say between my 11s and 4s, I would say my 4s.
Yeah.
I would say my 4s. You can't wear the 4s for too long, to be fair. If you put it on your foot for too long,
I don't know how them man they was playing basketball and doing all these things in it, like serious.
It's basketball trainer, like you're saying, to be fair. So yeah, the 4s. If you're wearing them for too long, then you're gonna start to want to sit down or take the shoe off.
So something.
Yeah.
Which one of them has the most sentimental value, and why?
The 4s. So I wanted these 4s, this specific colorway, from maybe when I was 10, and when you could get these, I mean, at that age, these were the times where the exchange rate between pound and US dollar was almost like £1 is like double $1. Do you know what I mean? And now, do you know what I mean? So that just shows how long sort of like I've wanted them, because it's almost like exactly the same right now.
Yeah, for real.
The fact that I finally got these, and now that they're doing all of these raffles and stuff to get trainers and stuff, the fact that I actually got these, and I think these would be the most sentimental for me. Yeah.
All right. What's your best looking trainer? What one do you think is your best looking trainer?
I think they all look good with the shoe trees in them, no outfit on. It's a tough question. I think it will be my ones, you know. I love the look of a one. These, I like this colorway. But if I was going to pick a colorway, my favorite colorway out of the ones would be the mockers. They're
Okay.
like, white and brown.
Yeah, I know what you're talking.
I just like, because I think brown on any trainer, you can't just throw brown on any trainer, but the mockers on this look really nice. And just this, when I've actually worn this out with an outfit, it's like I've actually got a few comments on these as well. Yeah, and they're actually quite comfortable and they just look good. So I would say these are the best looking, to be fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say is your least attractive?
Least attractive? I guess that's subjective. The least attractive, I would say these. What are these? C200s, I think, or CT302s, New Balances. Yeah, they're quite chunky. I actually think they look better in a smaller size, but I bought these with a purpose, as I'm trying to do with my purchases right now for my trainers. Listen, these with the shorts in the summer, the right outfit.
Yeah, it's curtains.
Slaps.
Yeah,
definitely. Especially as they're something different as well. So I would say these would be least attractive, but if you know how to style your trainer, then you get the comments. So.
All right, so I don't know, this one may not work for you. So what trainer you didn't really like it, you weren't really on it, but you felt like you had to have it in the collection?
Oh, okay.
It's like you weren't really digging it, but you're thinking, you know what, gotta have it still.
Yeah, you're right. It's a tough question for me because I've always been into trainers from young, so it's like I've always bought what I wanted. Undoubtedly, there would be some here in my collection that I've had in my collection, but just over time I've gotten rid of them. But they're not here right now. I'll give you two answers. So one that I've purchased or I've got given to me or I've asked for were some Adidas that my dad bought me, and I think I just wanted them. Like,
Well, the superstars.
They were sort of like superstars, but I just didn't like the material. I think they were on sale. I think I was just thinking in my dad's budget and whatnot at the time when I was young. But yeah, I just didn't like them. But out of these, it's a tough question. It's a tough question.
Or even previous ones that you've had.
Remind me of the question. The one that I've bought because of.
So you weren't really digging it, but you just wanted to have it in the collection. You just thought I just had to kind of have them.
Okay. This is controversial because I bought these trainers because I like them, but I had some Prada runners. They were all white, and I wish I still had them. I ended up selling them because I just weren't wearing them. Some Prada runners, all white. As you know, the Prada is red. Yeah. Well, you just got to have that designer shoe. So I was like, I need to have at least one proper designer shoe. So I just bought those. But I wish I still had them. I sold them. But it was kind of like, I've got to have that statement shoe. Like, that branded, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Probably be the Prada runners.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say is your most unique trainer?
Unique. It wouldn't be any of the back row. It wouldn't be any of the middle row. Probably, out of the collection I've got, maybe these Bape stars, to be fair. I'm not necessarily a big fan of Bape, but this is like a canvas trainer. It's got the hard shell toe. Yeah. But it's just different from what I've got, so I'll say it's unique in that sense. It's got the rope. I do like that whole, I do like the rope laces, to be fair, especially on the Air Forces, on certain Air Forces.
So, they do look tough on some of them.
Yeah. So I'll say these are the most unique out of what I've got. Yeah.
What trainers do people ask you about the most?
Probably the 1s or the 11s, to be fair.
Yeah?
The 1s or the 11s.
What ones do you wear the most?
What ones do I wear the most? It would either be these night joggers, which I'll call one of my utility trainers, aka like school shoes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just rock them on a regular. But so either those or my Dunks. or my Sauconys, to be fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? Oh well, yeah. I was gonna say, what pair have you never worn? But that's the 4s.
The 4s, yeah, you can see.
Yeah.
You'll never see me step out with my trainers, laces looking like that. I would take that off, yeah, but it's fresh at the bottom. I've had these over a year, I would say. Never worn them. I'm like that, but I'm trying to start.
Try to wear them, starting to get to wear them.
Yeah, and I did have 2 pair of those. I had the suede ones, and I did wear those, and then I bought these after. Yeah.
Alright, so not a trick question, but so if there was what trainer would you like to be re-released?
Oh, I'm happy you asked this, to be fair. And if you didn't, I would have asked you to ask. What trainer would I like to be re-released? Maybe I want to give more than one trainer. Probably. Okay. So I feel like I'm just going to say the trainers that I want. So there's quite a few.
Do you think?
So there's like, there's the mockers, the ones. I do like, so the high mocker ones. I do like the Travis Scott Lowe's ones.
Okay.
What colour was it? I think it was, there's a couple colourways, but I think one of them was the white and blue one, or the white and brown one, I think. But those ones, the Travis Scott Lowe's, and then also the New Balance 1000s. I don't know if you've seen these, but there's a specific colourway. It's like silver and blue.
I don't know if I know these.
Yeah, these trainers are hard. They look like the 95s.
Okay.
They look like Air Max 95s.
Okay.
Yeah, they look like Air Max 95s, and I do like 95s.
95s are tough.
But yeah.
Alright, so what kicks you gonna get next?
It depends, you know, we know the state of the market, so, do you know what I mean? They're doing these releases, these...
Or would you want to get next?
Kind of unsubscribed, you know. Usually by now I already know what trainers are coming out next year and which ones I want to go and get. But it would probably be the New Balance 1000s, the silver and blue ones, to be fair. Those ones I'd want to get next. They've brought new colorways out, but you know nowadays they don't do re-release.
Yeah.
If they do, they will be sometime after.
Exactly,
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah.
How do you purchase your trainers? Do you go in store or do you online or?
Can't remember the last pair of trainers I bought in store. I don't think any of these I bought in store. Looking at them, yeah, not one of these trainers I bought in store. not one of them. I would say the last time I bought trainers in store was college times, and I ran into money and I was in West End. Every time I get paid, you find me in West End buying trainers.
What's your go-to summer?
Go-to summer?
And go-to winter?
Go-to summer, I would want to bring out the CT 302s or the Superstars. Superstars are classics. Listen.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, Superstars are classics. You can't go wrong with Superstars.
Definitely.
And with the right outfit, the right weather, can't go wrong. Everyone likes to talk about all white ones, and I understand it. Air Force Ones, I understand it. But everyone's sleeping on Superstars as well. But you know what? That's fine for me because when I bring them out and the sun is shining.
You know what? And that's me also. You know, like, so I do have a pair of ones.
Yeah.
But I suppose it was similar thing to you is like, you know, like I got the Supreme. Mm-hmm. So then it's like Supreme ones, isn't it? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But my preference is definitely classics, Reebok classics, or even at the workout, or Superstars. Yeah. I just don't feel like they're as chunky, and I just feel like sometimes the Nikes are like kind of platformy. Yeah. And I'm already tall, you know what I mean? So
see, with me, I got scarred by ones. I mean, Air Force Ones, because growing up, I had a few, and then I tried to cop a utility one in college. I did, all black. I was even going to be my everyday trainer. I said, when I buy these, I want to make sure I don't crease it. That first day, I was walking around.
You say all 10 toes.
By the time I got home, there was a crease in it. And I said, from that day, I'm not buying Air Force Ones again. And then with the superstars, you haven't got to worry about them. I like to keep my trainers as crisp as possible.
And that's because you can just wipe it and you're good. There's no isms.
That's my longest serving trainer, and it still looks
still fresh.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So how has being a trainer enthusiast influenced your fashion and your personal identity?
I feel like it's kind of shoeboxed me a bit, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm being a trainer head, to be fair, because only now, as I'm getting older, I'm trying to switch up a little bit, because before it was, an enthusiast was every one of these trainers, or whatever trainer I'd like, I'd want it in every colour. Do you know what I mean? Every colour. There was a point where, I think I've got like 12 trainers here, there was a point maybe I had like double the amount, and then I think I maybe had like 2 or 3 trainers that I had in like 4 different colours. And it just limits what you can wear wardrobe wise.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So when my brother's bantering me or whatever, like, you ain't got no drip or whatever, I'm understanding that my trainers are limiting me in terms of like what I can wear when I've got the same trainer in just different colorways and stuff. So that's made me open my mind. It's like when I get trainers, when I see trainers that I like, I'm going to get the colorway that I want, so that cool, I can rock it. And then also I'd buy a different trainer. So like these CT203s wouldn't be something that I typically go for. These Bapesters, the Cleans, the Numerous, just a bit more casual. The 327s, the Sauconys, not typically, even the 906s, they're not typically my style in it. But as I've gone, I've just sort of like, just for wardrobe wise and just to expand my fashion, do you know what I mean? I'm also widened sort of like the trainers that I'm open to. Otherwise, it will just be limited to literally Jordans, which aren't the most comfortable shoes. So as you can see, I've got 3 Jordans. Before, literally 90% of my wardrobe was Jordans, and they're not the most comfortable trainer, to be honest. So I've got 3 Jordans and a lot more comfortability.
Alright, so if you had a fire in the house now, yeah? Yeah, you had a fire in the house now, and you could take one trainer. What ones are coming with you? What ones are coming?
The fours.
The fours.
The fours are coming with me. Yeah, fours are coming with me. It's most sentimental, I guess. I think most of the others I'm able to maybe get. The fours will probably just be the hardest to get. The fours will probably just be the hardest to get, maybe. I don't know, but the fours, just because they're sentimental, I guess. Yeah.
So yeah, I suppose you kind of touched on it a little bit before, but so how do you go about collecting trainers, and how has it changed over the years?
Yeah. So before, like now, in the 2024, I'll be looking at the release calendar for next year. Just scrolling. I'm probably going to do it after this, to be fair. Cool. Let me look at maybe what's coming up, what I want to get. So I'll look at the release calendar, know the dates or the months at least. Because the dates aren't specific; they're kind of vague, but they will mention the month or the time of year, whether it's summer, winter, or whatever. And I'll just make sure I've got the money.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So then, so that's how it was before. Now, I guess it's like a daily habit. I guess sometimes I just wake up. We've got our social medias. We've got. I just see what's out there, and then sometimes I can come across something that I like. I try not to impulse buy. I don't think I do impulse buy. But if there's something that I really like, then maybe I would look at it for maybe 2 days.
I know them ones.
You know?
I know them ones.
So yeah, now because we've got social media, you can stay updated and you can see new trailers. So I guess that's how it's changed. Release calendar to now social media.
Yeah.
Just seeing what's out there.
All right, last one. How did you first become interested in trainers, and at what age, if you can remember?
Oh, from young. I can't even remember these trainers, but it was an old school night trainer. My mum bought one for me and my brother. Same colour as well. I would say I was maybe like 8. But I guess it's just the influence of older brother. Even just sort of like how I lace my shoes and how I tie my shoes is probably influenced by him as well. I'm very particular on how I tie my shoes. Yeah.
And you know what's mad? It's the same for me. Because my big brother taught me how to, like, you don't do it that way, you pull it through over. You can't go through, you go over. And you miss that one. You miss that one and you go there.
Because I've seen a lot of people rocking trainers, nice trainers, and how they've tied it, you've ruined the shoe, man.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes it's all squeezed up and looks all
like
tight.
clown shoes, like, like clown shoes.
No,
So,
definitely.
So I think, my older brother influenced me. Maybe I got into trainers from like 8. So he would have been like around 12 at the time. So he's probably been the influence. I guess, you know what? Pow. Ryan is back on the scene and stuff, but that music video, I had a pair of that. I can't remember who the artist was, but it was that song "Pow," Lethal B.
Okay,
and then the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna step in your face with my new Nike 60s." So I had those same pair. So when that song came on, I'll go to my room, put the shoes on. And obviously, when you say that, boy, he's stepping into the camera like that. So I literally grabbed them, put them on, and I just like imitated like. So I guess music scene as well influenced trainers. I guess MTV Cribs as well. So I think it was Fat Joe that was in Famous.
Yes, I remember licking the soul.
So it just licked the soul.
Fresh.
So I guess music wise, that influenced me as well. And then from there I just sort of like grew my own interest in what I like and tailored it more to myself.
Okay, cool. All right, well, thank you for showing me your trainers. Thank you for letting me into your house. Let me see the trainers, answering my questions. And I'll be back again soon.
Yeah, man. Next year.
Respect.
It's all about the kicks.